Good morning, everyone. It is day 25. We are at the top of the Fontana Dam. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like one hell of a good slip and slide if you could get it wet. Very cool. They're doing construction out here, so we have to take a little detour. We just have to go over to that next set of steps, go around their construction, and then we'll be on the road and ready to go. Excited. Can't wait to get going. All right, I would get back. All right, so day 25, I believe. Heading around the little detour on the dam, going to the top. The reservoir looks a little low. Pretty amazing. It's supposed to be a warm day today. I think around 85, 86 degrees. That's going to be brutal because we've got like a 10, 11 mile climb today heading into the Smokies. It's, yeah, it's going to be a grueling day. Let me get down here on the other side of this Connex box and check out the dam from the top. Look at that. Man, yeah. Look at this. Pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. Yeah. It's impressive. Beautiful, beautiful. We're heading that way, I believe. I think we go up the road and eventually we get to the trail, which is to the left. Although, don't quote me on that. It could very well be in that direction. That's a big mountain over there in the distance. Yeah, pretty wild. All right, enough of this for now. There's Stephanie. We are leaving the dam. We are leaving the dam. And right off the dam, Cole's hanging out by the coolest sign ever. This is it, man. We are going into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Totally and completely surreal that we're doing this. Way cool. Next stop is the box where we put our permits. All right, this is it, folks.
I should probably make Cole carry his top part of his permit.
We are at the beginning of the Smoky Mountains. There's a box up here that we have to put our permit into. There's the box. Cole, I need you to do me a favor. You can hold this and videotape me while I throw the...
All right.
Oh, if I can get up here. Wow. How many times... Look at this. Somebody's got something jammed in here.
It's full.
Oh my God, here we go. Yep. Is it gonna make it? This is what you see on every video. It's not gonna go in there. Let's try this side. Oh my goodness. Here, you know what? Look at that. That's what somebody left that card there for.
There you go.
There we go. All right, good deal. Thank you, sir. All right, Buzzsaw. Yeah, that's you got the smart idea. There you go.
Get in there. Well, good luck reading that.
Yeah. And that box is jam-packed full. Oh, it is. That's okay. There's a way around it. Buzzsaw, have a good day, man. We'll see you up on the trail.
You'll catch me in a second.
Yeah, maybe, maybe not. You never know. All right.
There's a card left here so that you can stuff your permits in.
Oh, that's hilarious. Did they just do that?
It was there when we got here, but
Oh, funny. All right, why don't I just fold it up teeny?
There you go. Even then, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble.
You're not wrong. All right, I'm gonna wait till I get the second one in and then I'll stuff it. Oh my goodness.
There it is.
all right. Good deal.
There it is.
This is it. All right, folks. Let's go hike the Smokies.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you guys go right ahead. I'll be right behind.
Oh, too exciting.
Party time, folks. We got just under 10 miles and it's all uphill. So let's get it going. All right, so from the dam, we're now just a hair over 2 miles in to the day. Which means from the start of the hill, we're probably 3/4 of a mile. So we've got a good 9 miles left before we get to the top of this baby. But looking at my map, it's fairly drawn out. I don't see any really steep sections, just continuous uphill. It's like maybe just below staircase upward trend. So, all right, man. Stephanie and Cole are catching me, so take a swig of water and keep moving. All right, so yeah, we're just over 2 miles into the day. We got this rare little sort of kind of flat spot, and we're going right back uphill again here in a second. But man, it's hot. We did get up and have breakfast this morning at the lodge. I try not to eat too much, but hiker hunger, man. I can't describe to you what hiker hunger is. It's just that when you get food in front of you, it's like you haven't eaten in a month, and you just rip into it. But so I had a lighter breakfast this morning than I would normally have. We got the shuttle. The first shuttle ran from the lodge at 9 a.m. So that in itself caused us to get or at least for me to get a late start. But we got to the dam where we finished yesterday at about 9:30, and we had a little over a mile walk to the trail. When I say a mile walk, I mean a mile road walk to get to the actual trailhead. And that was where we dropped our permit in the box. And yeah, listen, it is 76 degrees already. It's friggin' hot. I am pouring sweat. Last night when we had dinner, I was so dehydrated. I asked for sweet tea at supper, and the guy brought me a pitcher. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? He said, trust me, if you just came off the trail, you're gonna drink it. And I did. A gallon of freaking sweet tea. When I got back to the lodge afterwards, I did start drinking a lot of clear water, a lot of water with electrolytes in it, some special hydration drinks. So by the time I went to bed, I don't want to gross anybody out, but my pee was clear, so I was rehydrated, and I drank so much that I had to get up, I don't know, 2 times, maybe 3 times to go to the restroom, but it was good. I needed it because right now I'm sweating it all out. If you can see my hat right now, it's just a steady drip of sweat. And about to go uphill, so my trekking poles. I don't know how much I'm going to videotape today, just because the farther I go, the more tired I'm going to get. And, we'll just have to wait and see. But it's going to be a long day. But this is going to be our toughest climb through the Smokies. That doesn't sound quite right, but that's what I'm told. We'll find out. See you in a bit, guys. All right. I've come about 3 miles now. I know, every day I get on here and I say, what a climb. What a climb. It's kind of, it's not horrible. About every half mile or so, we're hitting a little area like what I'm in right now. That's kind of I say kind of a flat spot. What it really is just a slight uphill, which feels almost like a downhill after doing some of the uphills we're doing. Most of these uphills today are, I would say, equivalent to a regular staircase. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. There's only been one short section that was really, really steep. That attic ladder kind of thing. I hope the way I'm describing these uphills is making some sense. If somebody can come up with a better way, listen, I'm all ears. I really want to try to describe as best I can exactly what I'm going through up here. And I don't know. I will say this. It felt good this morning seeing one or two comments that were positive towards my issue with the snoring and the air mattress. And listen, again, listen, I don't want to offend anybody out here. That's not what this is for. I started this channel just to document my trip. And my number one purpose for coming out here, and I don't know that I've ever explained it in full, but my number one reason for coming out here is to find a dividing line between my past life and my future life. I talked about the other day kind of the roadmap of my life, through the Navy, through the Department of Juvenile Justice, through the United States Postal Service, and where I've lived. And the first 17 years of my life were, well, hell, it was difficult, man. We were dirt poor. My father passed away in early 2021 at the age of 89. I never knew the man. Last time I saw him, and I don't remember, I was 5 or 6 years old when we left New York. He never had any contact with us throughout my entire life. And I guess the thing I will always remember him for is that he was a deadbeat dad. He had a bunch of kids that he never, ever took responsibility for. Never paid a dime in child support. Never made any attempt to see us, have a relationship with us. Nothing. So when I was told he died, I had no feelings. How can you have feelings towards somebody you didn't know? You can't. So growing up, yeah, we were dirt poor. Many nights we went to bed hungry. If school was in session, we knew we'd get a meal the next day. But yeah, it was not fun. So at the ripe old age of 17, joined the military. And that began, hang on a second. That began 21 years of a hard life, but a rewarding life in the military. I will always, always be thankful for my government, for the United States Navy, for all the friends that I made during those 21 years, and experiences. Oh my God. Incredible experiences. And so I guess in some way I want to forget, for the most part, those first 17 years of my life. I certainly want to remember fondly the next 21 years. And as far as the last 25 years since moving to South Central Kentucky, yeah, I want to forget most of it. Because when I came out of the military, I was of a certain mindset. Number one, always take care of your people. That does not happen here. It does not happen here. In the civilian world, unless you're very fortunate, and in this part of the country where you have so many people that are what I consider takers, and there are a lot of takers here in South Central Kentucky, in Kentucky. A lot of takers. People like me, we're givers. You don't fare well because you give, and most of the people around you are taking. You come out on the bad side of almost every evolution. Yeah. When I ran the group home in Bowling Green, I did my absolute best to do things the way I'd been taught in the military, take care of my people, and I did that. But I got so many knives in my back. People's jealousy. People resented me because I jumped over so many people to become superintendent. And they couldn't understand that I did that based 100% on my experience and my hard work. There was nobody at that group home that worked harder than I did. Nobody. They might think they did, but not the case. Pretty much the same thing at the post office. I was a union steward for a number of years. Did my very best to take care of the other carriers in that building, and I did a good job. And what did it get me? More knives in the back. Yeah. It's a strange culture here in South Central Kentucky, folks. I'm going to tell you. A lot of takers. But it's okay. This trip is going to be my dividing line between the old life and the new life. So I'm going to talk about a lot of those negative things over the next 6 months that happened to me. In some cases, I'm going to get really specific. In some cases, I'm going to call people out by name. Just in the last year, I've had the people do the two most disrespectful things anybody has done to me in my entire life. Has all happened since I retired in May of last year. And one of those people I will be calling out by name. One of them I will not, because I don't think it's appropriate, but I will be talking about what that person did to me. And I hope she gets the help she needs, because she does need some help. Serious therapy. Anyways, that's something for another day. Oh my God. I got a little downhill here. Talk about a smile. All right. You can see Fontana Reservoir out there in the distance. Yeah. This is probably going to be a long video today. I can see it coming. But anyways. All right. Yeah, I forgot where I was even going with that conversation, but I think most of you people get the gist of it. All right. Getting ready to hit. Yeah. Going back uphill. Trekking poles. See you in a bit. All right, come about 3.5 miles. That's where I'm going. Had to stop here for a little break. This is the water source. There's not much there, but there was just enough of a trickle to fill up my bladder with about 1.5 liters to 2 liters of water. The water sources between here and the end of the day are scarce, and there's not very many of them, so got to make them last. So right now I've got 2 full bottles of water and probably another bottle and a half or more, maybe up to another 2 bottles in my bladder. So when I say bladder, I mean my CNOC. So anyways, all right, let me get this unzoomed and let's start heading up. All right, I don't know, 3.5 miles in, come up here. I don't know if you can see it. You see that root? That's what my foot hit. Boom. You see that root? That's where I landed on my face. Yeah. Oh baby, that was my first big fall. Yeah, that was not a good fall. I barely had time to put my hands out, and I mean, I landed flat on my right arm. I'm okay. I got a skint up knee a little bit. Took a little skin off, no big deal. Yeah, not even any blood. Just 1 layer of skin. But that was a face plant. I'm sure that won't be the last one. That one snuck up on me. The root I tripped on was covered in leaves. And yeah, that was a thump. Okay, I'm good. I won't be surprised if I got a little bruise on my right upper arm, elbow area, but I'm good. Nothing broken. Everything moves, and I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. It's hot out here. I'm still going uphill. But man, there's a wicked breeze coming, and it is a cool breeze. It feels heavenly. I'm loving it. Okay, yeah. All right, I can laugh at myself. I wish I could have got that on video. That would have been a great fall. But anyways, moving on. Okay, so 4 miles in, a little over 4 miles in, to a 11.5 mile day. Hang on a second. Yeah, 11.5 mile day. We're going to we're hiking to Molly's Ridge Shelter, 11.5 miles. And like I said, we're about 4 miles in, so making pretty good time. You know, I don't want to speak too soon, but this has been I mean, it's all uphill, except for very short distances. It's not straight uphill, it's just continuous. Lots of switchbacks, and here pretty soon you're going to be getting to a fire tower. I can't remember the name of it. Shuck something or another fire tower. But we're definitely getting up in elevation. It's a warm day. You know, it's crazy. This weather, oh my goodness. You know, just 2 weeks ago, we were dealing with below freezing. Wind chill in the single digits for a few nights. Rain a couple days ago. Get through today, we've got 2, if not 3 days of rain coming up on us. Nothing serious or violent that I'm aware of so far, but it's going to be rainy. And we're a couple, 3 days away from Klingman's Dome. That's up over 6,500 feet. Big mountain, biggest on the trail. And I'm looking forward to that. However, hopefully things change before Friday/Saturday/ possibly Sunday. because the view from up there on a clear day is spectacular. It's gonna hurt if we get there and we have no view. It's just gonna hurt because it's one of the best views on the trail. But I don't know. Who knows? I would not be opposed to sticking around there for an extra day just to get that view. I did tell myself that I was going to stop and smell the roses, so I'll have to wait and see. I really, really, really like hiking with Stephanie and Cole. They are just so together. They've got this planned out so well for themselves, and right now I seem to be fitting in pretty well. I'm surprised. I got ahead of them this morning, and I'm really surprised they haven't caught up. But I do know that they are taking their time because they know this is going to be a long, arduous day, and I'm kind of just cruising. And other than that that ridiculous fall that I just had a little bit ago, I'm just kind of cruising and taking my time. I'm not doing anything extravagant or fantastic. I'm just rolling along, knocking the miles off one at a time. But now that I've had that fall, yeah, it wasn't a fall that was in a difficult spot. I just didn't see the route. Hit it with my toe and boom. I mean, in a split second, man, I was down. It hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I hurt my knuckles. I hurt my elbow. But it's just it's more of an embarrassing pain than an injury. So it's all good. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. All right. Look at this. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Let me get a... Look at that. Look at that. Let me zoom. A little hazy out there today. I think that's from the heat. That is spectacular. Yeah. Hello, Smoky Mountains. How are you? I'm good. Yeah, a little bruised, but I'm good. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's do a little rock scrambling, but at least it's not too wet, not too slick. Shouldn't be too bad. All right, put away this camera. Definitely need to be careful going through here. All right, right at about 5 miles into the day, just past Shuck Stack Fire Tower. I could have gone up to the fire tower, but first of all, I don't get on the fire towers because, as you all know by now, I'm afraid of heights, and I'm just not going up them things. I'm scared to death of what's going to happen to me when I get to the whites, but I'm ready to face that challenge. I'm just not really ready to climb up into a fire tower. Now, I'll pass on that. I'll let the other folks do that. I got good enough views from here on the trail. But yeah, so I guess another about 5.5 miles to go. We got a little bit of a downhill right now. Don't know how long that's going to last. I think I don't know, the rest of the day is not horribly hard. Oh God, I got to stop saying stuff like that. We got a few ups and downs, but I don't think there's anything major as far as the ups. I'm still a little bruised and battered from my fall earlier. Man, that was a good one. I hope I don't do any more like that. But it sneaks up on you. coming up these hills, your feet get tired, you start to drag them a little bit. And if you hit that root in the right spot in your step, I mean, it was just boom, split second. I was down. So, try real hard not to do that anymore. I always do this, sorry about that. I'm in a spot where I don't need my trekking poles, so I can just carry them both in one hand. There they are. And speaking of trekking poles, let's talk trekking poles. My trekking poles, listen, cheap Walmart specials. I think they were 19 bucks. There's people out here carrying $100, $150, $200 trekking poles. Here's the thing. This is what I learned watching folks last year, is that everybody's going to break your trekking pole. You're all going to break them. The Walmart ones are aluminum. They're not heavy. Some of these people are carrying these, I don't know, high-tech, low-weight trekking poles. I don't know. I just didn't see the need for them. Why pay 150 bucks for a pair of trekking poles that you're just going to break? And then you're going to go to the $19 Walmart specials. So I just beat the rush. So far, my trekking poles have been kicking butt. They do everything I need them to do. They hold up my tent. They're adjustable. So if I'm going downhill, I can make them a little bit longer. They work just fine for me. So, yeah. It is what it is. It's a good day. Even with my fall, I'm hiking the Smoky Mountains. What can be better than that? This is so cool. You know, I've said it before. It's one of those things that you always think about. You know, you hear about people doing it and say, man, that sounds like it'd be so cool. It'd be fun to do. I'm doing it. It is cool. It's fun. It's everything I thought it would be and much, much more. When we were loading up the van today, I ran into two people that I haven't seen in, I don't know, 2 weeks or more. Not since Neil's Gap at Blood Mountain. And one of the guys had to remind me, yeah, I was the dude that gave you the selfie stick that goes on your trekking pole. I'm like, oh, yeah, now I remember. And then I had to give him the bad news. I told him what I did with that selfie stick, that it went into the hiker box at Neil's Gap. It was just too heavy. And that's why he gave it to me. He didn't want to carry it. I didn't want to carry it. So, but it's fun to run into these guys that you haven't seen in a while. And they recognize you. And I have to admit, I did not recognize them at first. But it is what it is. It's like meeting old friends out here on the trail. Everybody's on a different schedule. Some of these youngsters that are passing me, hell, they've only been on the trail 15 days, 14, 15, 16 days. I've been out here 25 now, so that's okay. All right, getting to a slick downhill section. I'm gonna close this out. All right, so about 6.5 miles into the day, and it's just a brutal day. I mean, it's hot, it's uphill, and I've been dealing with this kind of crap all day long. I guess technically we're right on the North Carolina, Tennessee border. This is a minor one, but come on, guys. ATC North Carolina, ATC Tennessee. Listen, I don't know any other way to say it. Y'all suck. Your ability to do trail maintenance is pathetic at best. A couple days ago, I don't know if I talked about it, but I may have forgotten. I was coming down. I think I was coming down into the marina. I don't know. I don't remember. But I was coming on a downhill section. And sure enough, there was a blowdown right at head level that I did not see. I walked right into it. Put a big knot on the front of my forehead. Yeah. Not impressed with the volunteer action here in North Carolina / Tennessee. So maybe when I get done with this trail, I will come back and do this again with an axe or a saw or something and clean up this mess. Yeah. Pretty pathetic. That's all I can say. And I'm not the only person that's noticed it. I've watched a number of videos last year and beginning of this year. People expressing the same displeasure. So, you know, what I'm going to say is that ATC, if you're looking for people to give you donations, you know, maybe it's a catch-22 situation. You can't do the trail maintenance without the donations, and you're not going to get any donations without getting trail maintenance done. So, you know, we'll just have to see how things play out. I don't know. The timing, I'm going to have to think on it. So that at some point I can come back either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, because I have no doubt that this stuff's still going to be this way next year. It's obvious by looking at it that it's been here for a long time. I'll tell you one that was extremely frustrating to me today is when I come up to it and you could see fresh chainsaw marks on a few limbs, but the overall bulk of the tree was untouched. That I do not get. Why in the hell would you take off a few limbs and leave the bulk of the tree there so that people, there's no way you could get over it, there's no way you could get under it, all you could do is go around it, and that would put people in a dangerous situation. Why you would do that, whoever did that, boggles the mind. So anyways, all right, don't bitch about something if you don't have a solution for something. So my solution will be that I come back at some point at the end of the season or the beginning of next season and see what I can do to do my part. So instead of just bitching and moaning about it, I can come out here and, you know, even if I just do a small section. There's been 2 or 3 probably 10-mile sections since we hit North Carolina that have been just horrendously bad. And I do know that they have specific rules on how that maintenance is done. So maybe when I get to the halfway point and I stop in at the ATC, I can talk with them and express to them my dissatisfaction and possibly work with them to provide a solution. We'll see. It's kind of my thing. All right. Got to take a breather. All right. I love the sign, Molly's Ridge Shelter. 3.1 miles. We're getting there, man. Oh, man. All right. White Blaze that way. There's a whole bunch of different trails going a whole bunch of different directions, but I like that I've got a White Blaze right there, so. 3.1. Let's rock and roll, baby. My feet are on fire. This uphill, all uphill is just tearing my feet up. Of course, I'm saying that pretty much at the end of each day, so. I passed a couple people sitting on the edge of the trail, stretching their feet, massaging their feet. So it's not just me. It's a whole bunch of us. All right, I can't do this. This is too uphill. Yeah, 3.1 miles. I'm ready. I'm ready to put the hammer down and get this thing moving. So I'll be back in a minute when it levels out a little bit. All right, I don't know how easy this is going to be to see, but I'll get as close as I can. All right, those pretty little white flowers. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure somebody will tell me. But as far as the eye can see, this entire area is just covered with them. And I just kind of walked into it out of the blue. And it's just, yeah, man, it's that word. It's beautiful. And I hope that you can see on the screen. You probably won't be able to unless you're using a big screen TV, but yeah, it's just beautiful. Out of the blue. Love it. Just had this young man kind of sneak up on me. I keep looking behind me so I don't hold people up, and he was flying, man. He come up behind me and he kind of scared the shit out of me. But yeah, these young kids, I want to knock them down and take their legs, because I'm not gonna lie, mine are on fire. Those flowers, as far as the eye can see, thousands, millions. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. All right. Gotta keep moving. All right, just finished getting water. Oh boy, did I need it. Starting to run low. It was about 100 yards down to the water source. Man, that was tough because it was all downhill and then all uphill. But these are one of the times that I love my 3-liter Ceanoc. I was able to bring up water, not only enough to fill my 2 water bottles, but enough to fill up 2 other guys' bottles. And they were very appreciative that they did not have to walk down that trail to get their water. And Papa Bear, that's why they call me Papa Bear. We got less than a mile to go to the shelter. And folks, I'm not kidding. I am exhausted. My feet are just on fire. My calves are on fire. My legs are on fire. Yeah, this has probably been the most difficult day that we've had so far. I mean, it was, every now and again you'd get a little downhill or a little level, but of the 11.5 miles, I would say 10 to 10.5 of those were uphill. Just grueling. The last mile since the water source, uphill. We got a little reprieve here, a little downhill. Thankful for it. Yeah, less than a mile. That's what I gotta keep telling myself. I think I mentioned before that in the Smoky Mountains, you are not allowed to stealth camp. You have to camp at designated shelters or designated camping areas. I believe there's only one designated camping area. So for the most part, you've got to stay at the shelters. In previous years, they would not let you tent. You had to physically stay in the shelter. Well, they have changed that since COVID. I think partly because of COVID and partly because there's so many people doing it now that there's simply no room in the shelters. Most shelters, a single deck, single story, usually holds 6 or 7. Double story, you can double that. So, yeah. Okay. I'm too tired to talk. I'm putting this phone down and I'm going to hike my butt off this last 0.8 miles and be done. So I'll see you when I get to the shelter.